You're going to do great. You're smart, you're funny, you think quickly on your feet, and you're super nice to everyone. You're super positive. Everyone loves you. Everyone should love you. Even if they don't actually love you. This pep talk is not going well. But the interview will. Like, seriously, the interview's gonna go awesome. We're gonna do so good. Oh. 2:34. Don't want to seem desperate. Hi there, this is Katie Folkenroth. Who am I speaking to? Good, how are you, Carolyn? This is a great time. Wonderful. That sounds great. That is correct. I have not. No, I am not. I am familiar with it, yes. I do not have any tattoos, and I just have my earlobes pierced once. Yes. I do have a driver's license. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, that is correct. I actually have not. I'm very fortunate, and I only live 5 minutes from my college right now, but I have had, yeah, it's pretty nice. I have had a couple experiences, just like a week-long trip for band and things like that, where I've had roommates, but nothing semester long. I could understand if schedules conflict, or if you need space, things like that. I'm a firm believer in honesty is the best policy, so if I ever feel tension between one of my friends, I like to bring it up as soon as I start feeling it, and I would hope that they would do the same and just be very respectful and considerate of each other. I'm currently studying music education, and I think there's a lot of wonderful opportunities that the Disney College program has for educators. I think it's a great way to really define your interpersonal skills because there's so many roles that offer that customer service aspect. And as someone who really wants to work with kids in music, I think that, there's so many child guests that come to the parks. And I think it'd just be wonderful every day to get to experience interacting with kids. I think that would really polish my skills with kids, I think. I would love to have a role that would interact with kids on a daily basis. I'm looking at elementary ed, so anything like that would be fantastic. I also just would really like to meet other people from different parts of the world to just expand my horizons. I live in a small town in Illinois, and I don't get to meet a lot of people that haven't been born and raised in Illinois. Oh, I love it. I work primarily in the cafe, but I've also been trained in the music department as well as on the register, and I have not been trained yet in the customer service desk. But basically, my day-to-day shift just kind of looks like I go in, I'm in charge of making drinks, taking orders, prepping the bake case, and keeping a clean cafe. I love the people. My coworkers are some of the greatest people I've ever met, and we have regular customers that just brighten my day, getting to hear about how their week's been going. I schedule a couple hours every morning where I'm available for students who need help with music theory or oral or dictation skills or piano to come and meet me. We can talk about the concerns they're having with their classes. And I love that job. It's, my major, and I get to really practice what I will plan to be doing in the future every single morning. I think trying to think of ways to properly explain myself. Um, Articulation is key. Everyone learns differently. Everyone has different strengths, and just knowing each person that comes your way is going to have a different background, and getting to know that person and what they need, and being able to give it to them. If I said that, I think I just talked in a circle. um, I've had some really big rushes in the cafe sometimes, especially during the holiday season, and I prioritize it. Anything that's immediate customer, I like a customer coming up, that's obviously first. Customer's always first. Secondly, I try to think of things that'll affect people that are coming in later for shifts, like making sure I have enough items on the bake case pulled so they don't have to worry about being short in food and supplies the next day. Um, I guess I prioritize it. Customer, my coworkers, and then any smaller task where if it's like cleaning, mopping, I'll probably save that towards last. I don't mind working independently, but I definitely like the aspect of working on a team. And just because I think there's something really great when you can come together with other people and make something as a unit. I don't know. I like collaborating with others. I think it's important to remember that a lot of guests that come to Disney, this sometimes is like a once in a lifetime experience for them. So having that in mind every time you have to give a speech, that you want to make sure the quality of what you're presenting to the guest is just tip top, so they have that full magical experience and you're not shortchanging them just because you've been there and it's hot and it's been a long day. I'm pretty comfortable with it. Not many people know, but Illinois summers are pretty intense heat wise. Oftentimes at Barnes and Noble, one thing that not a lot of people know is that we are Barnes and Noble Cafe. Even though we serve Starbucks products, we are not actually a real Starbucks part of their chain. So we often have custom. Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, we it's kind of a bummer because we don't take any of their gift cards or their gold member cards, and sometimes that is really frustrating for some of our customers. Um, yeah, yeah. Fun fact. No, you're fine. Absolutely fine. No, you're fine. Um, when we have customers come in and they would like to use their gift card, we just have to politely decline, say, I'm sorry, we don't accept those here. And sometimes they'll not react the way you would hope. So, because I understand. Yeah, yeah, it's early in the morning. I'd be sad too if I got denied coffee. Um, so, I often, something I'll try to respond with is I'll say, if you have a Barnes& and Noble membership, that's 10% off. we'd be more than happy to take that. Or if you have a gift card for Barnes and Noble, we can absolutely use that as well. And sometimes customers are like, well, I didn't come in with any cash. I was really planning on to use my gold member card. I'll just try to direct them to the nearest Starbucks, and that is our Target across the street. Yeah, no problem. I have a very calm demeanor naturally. I'm very easygoing. That's one thing that my boss really loves about having me on the team. Is that even when we do have those customers that maybe are a bit more difficult in nature, that I can kind of keep my cool and just try to understand that they are having a bad day. Um, yeah, sorry. I would try to find the nearest cast member that perhaps had some knowledge in that language. I have a little bit of Spanish skill knowledge just from the high school classes I took, but if it was French and I have no clue, I'd obviously try to find someone. But if there is no cast member that would be able to assist, I would maybe try to have them draw a picture or use a map to explain a little bit, or even if we could use devices to help translate as well. I think Disney has some of the coolest attractions, and I love that there's speaking role opportunities. I've always been really passionate about public speaking and performing, and I think that'd be a really fun way to get a little bit of that taste while I can be working for the Disney company. Mhm. I would say I'm so sorry. It looks like you're just a little too short to get on this ride today. But then I would ask if they have a map, or perhaps I'd have a map on me and I'd direct them to some rides that are height appropriate for the child. Not professionally, but I am very passionate about photography. That's just a way I like to keep memories, and I also like to take pictures of my friends and our adventures we go on together. I use a camera. Oh gosh. I can't. I'm so sorry. I've never like paid attention to that before. It was just a really nice Christmas gift. I have a little of experience with. I don't think it's quite the same model that I've seen the PhotoPass cast members use, but it's a little bit more heavy duty than just like a pixel point and shoot. Wonderful. Absolutely. I'd be fine with that. Sounds like good exercise to me. I would probably see if I could find where they might sell it in like another location, and if it was like Disney Springs or something like that. I know what my last trip, my family and I were on the hunt for a BB-8 dress, and we could not find it at Hollywood Studios. And we asked if they knew any other locations, and they directed us to the World of Disney store at Disney Springs. So I would hopefully be able to kind of track down if there's another store in the resort that they could go to. Mhm. Cleaning has always been really therapeutic for me, and I think one of the things that stands out about Disney, as opposed to other entertainment or amusement parks, is that their level of cleanliness is just impeccable, and I think that guests love going to a really clean park. It's just it's refreshing. Um, so I'd like to help create that experience. And you're outside, and I've heard there's a lot of great guest interaction that comes with custodial. So that's what interests me most about that. For qualified, I would probably say, just from my previous job experience, merchandise, quick food beverage, attractions, and probably PhotoPass. I guess the ones that we talked about today. Okay. Yes, I am. Sure. I am familiar, yes. Sure. I have two. Is that all right? Thank you. So the first, oh, wonderful. Okay. So for my first question, I was reading on the Disney website that there's a cast member candlelight processional choir. Is that, do you know if that's available to Disney College Program participants as well? Huh? Gotcha. I see. Hmm. Yes, that makes sense. Wonderful. And one more thing, I also read on the website that there's a program called Volunteers that cast members can take part in. Is that also available for the Disney College Program applicants? Hmm. Sure, yeah. Well, that concludes my questions. Yeah, thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a great week. Take care. Bye.